how do you know if you're intolerant to certain foods? I know there are some tests out there that you can do, but like you said, you don't always have to go do that. Is it trial and error type of thing, or?
So there are tests out there that you can look at to look at very specific ways that you might react to food, like a IgG response, which is a delayed intolerance, and that's the most common one. There's the immediate reactions, but most of us know if we have an immediate reaction, like we get hives. But truthfully, you can have an immune response, you can have a hormonal response, you can have a genetic response, and I think there's probably things we have no clue about yet. So I look and go, I like to use testing for outliers. But what I've seen doing this with now, gosh, 1 million plus people, is that there's some that are so common. And gluten and corn are super common. There's a gluten in corn that's very similar to the gluten in wheat. Soy, dairy, eggs, peanuts. I looked at so many of these IgG tests, and those ones were the ones that kept showing up. And then, of course, you have to deal with sugar because it messes up your whole gut microbiome. I mean, it'd be crazy not to. I still think the single best way to start, because when you do one of these food sensitivity tests, and this is what I used to do, I would do the test, I would then put someone on the diet and wait for the test results to come back. And then, like, I went, well, I actually didn't need to do the test. So I have people do the program. If they don't feel like 75, 80% better within a couple weeks, let's look for outliers. And let's see if maybe your gut microbiome balance is off. But I find with most people, they're so much better so quickly that that's how you know. And then how you know if a food's really the issue is once you've done that clear out stage, that reset, then you go back and you try it. And you can tell. I mean, I give someone 3 days to build up an intolerance, but it's usually within an hour or two, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. You know.